He was one of the smallest men ever to play top-level rugby league. Even Alanga, one of the game's legendary small halves, was a few inches taller. But to those who watched him, Mark Shulman had the heart of a giant. Standing at just 5'2" and weighing around 60 kilos, Shulman didn't look like a rugby league player, but when he put on the famous red V, he became one of the toughest competitors the game has ever seen. Today, we're here at the Mount Thompson Memorial Gardens in Holland Park, Brisbane, to visit the final resting place of former St George Dragons halfback Mark Shulman. He was a proud local St George junior. He came through the ranks with Arncliffe Scots and Ramsgate United. In 1971, after captaining St George's third grade side earlier the same day, he was a late call-up to the first grade bench for the round 1 clash. When club legend Billy Smith broke his arm mid-match, Shulman came on to replace him, and he made it count. The tiny halfback scored a try on debut and instantly became a fan favourite. But the years that followed weren't easy. Injuries and limited opportunities made it hard for Shulman to lock down a permanent first grade spot. Yet every time he got a chance, he made the most of it, tackling fearlessly, defending like a man twice his size, and earning the respect of everyone around him. By the mid-70s, Mark Shulman had become a vital part of the Dragons squad, admired for his courage and consistency. In 1977, St George made it all the way to the grand final against Parramatta. Shulman started at halfback that day, guiding the team around the park in a brutal hard-fought contest that ended in a 9-all draw, one of the most memorable grand finals of all time. But that game would change his life. During the match, he was kneed in the back by a Parramatta player, suffering an injury that later forced him out of the grand final replay that happened a couple of days later. St George went on to win the premiership, but Shulman's contribution throughout that season was undeniable. He played a crucial role in getting him there, a small man who had carried enormous weight on his shoulders. Unfortunately, the back injury lingered. The following year, in 1978, Shulman suffered an even more serious injury and was forced into retirement. His playing days were over at just around 29 years old. Across all grades, he played over 160 games for the Dragons, 58 of them in first grade, a remarkable achievement for someone who was constantly told he was too small to make it at all. Even after retiring, Mark's passion for the club never faded. He stayed involved with St George, moving into coaching and guiding the reserves team to 3 consecutive preliminary finals from 1981 to 1983. He was a teacher of the game, a mentor, and a reminder that heart and effort matter more than size and reputation. Away from the field, Shulman lived a humble and quiet life. He didn't chase fame or headlines. He'd already achieved something far greater, the respect of teammates, fans, and opponents alike. Sadly, in February 2022, Mark Shulman passed away at the age of 70. His death brought sadness right across the rugby league world, with tributes pouring in for the little halfback who never took a backward step. We're about to reach where Mark's final resting place is. He might have been the smallest player ever to wear the red V, but when it came to courage and heart, Mark Shulman stood taller than them all. Rest in peace.